The dream of freedom is possible. Do good, Maverico here. The dream of freedom is possible. You know, even though I have not achieved it myself when it comes to freedom from the matrix of the 9-to-5 rat race. Well, if I have not achieved it myself, how can I say that? Well, because I've seen and talked to and interviewed other people that have achieved it. So I know it's possible. And one thing that is really exciting is that, it might be even more possible than you think. There's this theory that is called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is basically when people don't know anything or almost don't know anything about a subject, but they know a little bit. They tend to think they know a lot, but actually they are on what they call Mount Stupid. They think they know a lot, but actually they barely just know a tiny little bit. That's what's called Mount Stupid. And once they start learning more and more, gaining more knowledge about the subject, their confidence levels or the level of what they think they know decreases rapidly as they learn more. And then as they learn more and more and more, gain knowledge and skills, it starts increasing again. But the thing is, although Mount Stupid and the Dunning-Kruger effect definitely is a trap to watch out for, I think the pendulum kind of swings both ways. You should look out for Mount Stupid and don't fall for it. Being ignorant is not good. At the same time, I think a lot of people kind of ends up in almost kind of like a form of paralysis by analysis, where they end up learning and learning and learning and learning about something and not taking action. And as they look around, like they look to the left and to the right, and they see people knowing a lot less than themselves, having less knowledge, less experience, less skills, even less talent, yet they're racing past them when it comes to results and success in making money and entrepreneurship, because they are taking action. They're actually doing stuff. So it's not about just being the most skilled. I think a lot of people kind of ends up almost thinking that they are in some kind of race about skills. If you look at it, there's a tremendous amount of wealthy and rich people in the world that are shockingly unskilled, and also in many cases somewhat unknowledgeable on some subjects as well. There is a common thing that a lot of super wealthy people have is that they're learning a lot, oftentimes reading a lot, but at least learning a lot. So that's one thing. But they're taking action as well. There's a lot of wealthy people that lacks a lot of skills, but they hire people with skills, partner with people with skills, stuff like that. But to me, it seems like when it especially comes to the world of making money online and online business, a lot of people tend to, a lot of people, myself included, tend to fall into kind of like traps about skills. I need to learn copywriting. They studied copywriting for like years. And copywriting is a super valuable skill. But it's not everything. There are owners of billion-dollar companies that don't know how to write copy. So although something is valuable to learn, it doesn't always mean we have to learn it ourselves, or that we have to stop taking action until we have learned to perform at a professional level at that skill. There's a lot of the example I like to use is when it comes to making money online. There are people that have studied it and tried to do it for years, kind of getting a bit stuck on learning different skills. And then you have young 19 to 23-year-old girls on Instagram making tens of thousands of dollars per month, selling health supplements and courses and promoting makeup and stuff like that. Because they have traffic and they are promoting. They have an audience, so they can generate traffic. They are promoting stuff. So yeah. And they don't get stuck in the trap of thinking they have to learn more before they can take action, So the dream of freedom is possible, and it might be closer than you think, especially if you choose the right opportunity, the right business model, and if you focus on the important stuff. The 80-20 principle, Pareto's law, or the Pareto distribution, that says that 80% or more of your desired results or desired outcomes comes from 20% or less of your inputs or efforts. And that's on the low end. Oftentimes it's skewed even more than that. So in a lot of cases, it's like 99% of your desired outcomes, 99% of your desired results, they come from 1% of the things you are doing, or 1% of your efforts, or 1% of how you use your time, stuff like that. So a lot of people that are working 12-hour days, if you actually analyze them to find out what is actually the most important and how much time do they spend on that, oftentimes it's shockingly how low that number actually is. And in many of those cases, they actually are not aware of it themselves. There's been studies done that looks on how CEOs of companies are spending their time. And I've heard different numbers quoted, but I have heard several times that those studies have shown that CEOs usually spend like 1 to 2 hours per day of actually effective work. That's on actual effective work. And then you can kind of extrapolate that out even further. Of those 2 hours of effective work, how much of those 2 hours were used on the most important income generating things? Of course, it's different to be it's different to be an employee of a massive company and to start your own online business making money online. But my point is, when it comes to effectiveness, we have a tendency to kind of get caught up in the thick of 10 things. So if you look at the most important things, if you choose to do the most important things, and you also choose a good business model, and if you also do it in a trend that is growing, so you kind of get you know, like they say, a rising tide lifts all boats. It's definitely easier to build a business in a growing trend. The trend is your friend, like investors are saying. So yeah, if you do those things, the dream of freedom is possible and can oftentimes be done a lot quicker than you might think. I interviewed a few people the last few weeks about paid communities. You know, I'm for my online education and community platform called Terrific 30. I'm working on this book and course about $10,000 profit per month paid community success stories. You know, people that are running paid communities and making at least $10,000 in profit per month. And a really exciting thing about several of the people I've interviewed so far at, at the time of this recording, I've just interviewed a few of them. I'm going to interview at least 30 of them. But even this early on, just having interviewed a few of them, it's mind-boggling how quickly they have launched and grown these things. Even people without an audience, without an email list, or almost completely without an audience and email list, starting pretty much from zero, launching it and using free traffic sources or affiliate traffic sources with almost zero capital and quickly scaling it to over $10,000 in profit per month in like 2 to 3 months. That's really exciting stuff. It's not tens of millions of dollars, you know, but still, it's wildly exciting. It's not tens of millions of dollars. Actually, one of the ladies I interviewed, she runs the biggest paid community on the school platform in the business category, I think. She has something like 42,000 members paying her $47 per month. So who knows how many millions she is profiting per month. And she's only like 2.5 years or something like that into it. She launched it from zero about 2 to 2.5 years ago. She's already at 42,000, around 42,000 paying members. Who knows where she's going to be at in 1, 2, 5, 10 years from now. Exciting stuff. But yeah, even though I'm not an expert at all, and even though I have not even achieved it myself yet, still I can say that the dream of freedom is possible. Especially when it comes to, I mean, especially if you define freedom as freedom from the matrix of the 9-to-5 rat race and making at least $10,000 in profit per month, maybe like 10 to 70,000 or 10 to $100,000 in profit per month, and having freedom of time to the point that you can work like 4 to 15 hours per week. Is that possible? Yes, it is. That's exciting stuff. My goal is not to work maximum 15 hours per week, but still it's really exciting that something like that is possible. There might be periods in life where that might be necessary, you know. Semi-passive income. It's a fascinating concept. But yeah, if you want to build a paid community, you should really check out those interviews and join my community where you can also interact with other people that are also building their own paid community. Check it out on check it out on communitycashcows.com. That's communitycashcows.com.